Hi, my name is Frederick Osei, and I'm doing a video about what I've learned so far throughout this course from chapter 1 to chapter 4. So, chapter 1 is about introduction of computers, programming, and Java. What is a computer? A computer is an electronic device that can store and process any given data. A computer consists of hardware and software. The hardware is the visible part of the computer, that's the mouse, the monitor, the keyboard, and the CPU. The software is what controls the hardware to process specific tasks. The CPU is the brain of the computer that collects data and processes them. Each of the parts of the computer has its own tasks. Programming languages. They are instructions that tell the computer what to do. Basically, software that are designed to perform tasks. There are three types of program computer languages: the machine language, the assembly language, and the high-level languages. And it is the same in all programming classes. The machine language is a built-in instruction in the form of a binary code, and the code consists of two numbers, that's 0 and 1. Example of a binary code is 001101001. Assembly language. It is a difficult language to read and modify. They use short words called mnemonic to represent the language instructions. It uses mnemonic like add to add numbers or sub to subtract numbers. Example will be add 0, 8, and the result to give you the results looking for. And the same thing applies when subtracting. Computers are not able to execute programs, but with the help of another program called assembly, it is able to translate assembly language to a machine code file. That's a binary code. High level language. This is a program language that known as a platform independent that can be run through types of machines by a compiler or interpreter. It is easy to learn and use. Example of a high level languages are Java, Python, and Pascal. Java. In this video, we will be focusing on Java programming. Java is a simple, object-oriented, secure, and performs highly. To write a program in Java language, there are some specific characters that need to be used. Example are semicolons used to mark the end of a statement. Opening and closing brace used to denote a block or enclosed statement. Opening and closing quotation marks used to enclose a string. To compile and write a program, first you need to create a source file. You can use a text editor to create and edit the source file. Second, you compile the source file into a class file. The Java programming language. The second process is to compile the source file into a class file. The Java programming language compiler does the Java takes the file and translates it into an instruction that Java virtual machine can understand. These instructions in the file are known as bytecodes. Then the last part will be running the program. There are various ways to compile a process, such as using editors or IDEs, but I prefer using the beams because I find it easy and understand to use. Chapter 2: Elementary Programming. This chapter is based on knowing the strategies in solving problems. Also, it shows you to solve programs by writing it, compiling, and running a simple program. To write a program in Java using NetBeans, you first create a source code with the extension .java. Use Java to create a file ending in .class, then you run the compile class. I have programmed in using Python language in the past years, but I prefer Java to it because it's easy to read and use. Java will give you the answer when you have to divide two numbers like 9 divided by 2 using the mathematical function. Java will print out 3.5 as the answer. Java will print out 3.5, but Python will just print out 3. Chapter 3, Selections. Selection decides which program to execute based on a condition. Java uses selection statements that allow you to choose actions with alternative causes. Example is using if or if-else statements. Also, selection statements use conditions that are Boolean expressions. An expression that simplified to Boolean value, whether true or false, which brings us to Boolean data types. It declares a variable with a true or false value. Example is when comparing two values. It uses relation operator in giving the difference between two values. Example of these operators are less than, greater than, or equal to. If statement. It is a construct that enables a program to specify alternative paths to execute. Example of selection statement in Java includes if, two-way if-else, nested if, multi-way if-else, switch statements, and conditional expressions. If statement deals with Boolean expression, it executes statement if the Boolean expression evaluated to true. Unlike if statement, if else statement decides the execution path based on whether the condition is true or false. Example of if else statement will be if 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, print correct, else print wrong. An example of a nested if and multi-way if else statement is if G is greater than B, if C is greater than B, system that print in G and C are greater than B, else print G is less than or equal to B. Chapter 4. Mathematical functions, characters, and strings. Mathematical functions are used to develop in programs. Method is a group of statements that perform a specific task, which falls under the math class. The math class contains methods used to perform numeric operations. Examples of methods are trigonometry method, exponent methods, the running method, and the random method. A real-life example of how mathematical functions will be used to solve a problem is, suppose you want to know the number of people that will save at a particular bank. In this case, the random method is used because it is used to generate random double values. Strings. A string is a sequence of characters. However, for a statement to be considered as a string, it has to be in between quotation marks. Example will be quotation marks, welcome to Java. To know the length of a particular string, you have to use the length method. This method is able to read the number of letters in the string. Also, you are able to convert a string to either lowercase or uppercase using the to lowercase or to uppercase method. This will be all for today, and